Hey, what's up, fantasy people? This is Tyler the Big Turd Ward coming at you live from my garage. And this is the Fantasy Footballin' Show. And today's episode is the Fantasy Footballin' on a Budget Week 4 waiver wire pickups. And first off, let me apologize. This episode should have been out this morning for you guys, but I've got family in town. And I always think I can have, a second of free time, but I always forget that there is none of that with family. So I'm doing this at night. I know it probably doesn't help anybody, but I got to put the content out there. People have to see it. So anyways, number one, I'm tired right now, if you can't tell. Number one's going to be Jamal Williams. DeAndre Swift might not play. He went out with a shoulder injury on top of already his ankle injury last week. And Jamal Adams came in, had 87 yards on 20 carries with 2 touchdowns. He was already getting, touchdowns before this, and now he's going to get all the carries in between the 20s. So he looks like he's going to be a decent running back too for you going to the future. He's going to be the lead back. He's going against the Seahawks this week, who allowed the 3rd most points to running backs this year so far. So you can pick him up and start him immediately. $30 I would spend on him. Right, budget, balling on a budget. This is fab, but set your priorities in this order if you have to. Khalil Herbert, number 2. I think he's only owned in like 25% of leagues. So if you played last year, you know about Khalil Herbert. He was a rookie last year and did amazing when he came in. I mean, he killed it. And so he started off this year the same way, but he was but David Montgomery looked even better. And so now, David Montgomery was getting, 75% of the carries? Khalil Herbert was getting like 25% and doing pretty good with it. Montgomery's out with injury. He's questionable. He still may come back. But going forward, he's not going to be taking the whole load. He might be getting 50-50 right now. And that's enough in this offense because all they do is run it. There's not going to be touchdowns, but, man, they're going to get a lot of yards if you've watched this. They get huge holes for the running backs. The Bears do. So anyways, I'd spend $20 on Khalil Herbert, and you can. He's probably going to be a flex start, and depending on deeper leagues, he might be better than that. But this, if Montgomery doesn't play, he's going to get like 100% of everything, and he's going to be a running back 2, maybe running back 1, high-end running back 2, just because the offense he's on. 3rd, Romeo Doubs. I drafted him. He was the rookie that spent all the preseason with Aaron Rodgers, so they already had that rapport going. And, Alan Lazard played this last game, and Romeo Doubs got all the targets, 8 targets, 8 for 73, a touchdown. He was the only person that looked like a decent wide receiver out there when I was watching the game. So, Romeo Doubs, I know Christian Watson's still out, but Romeo Doubs looks like he can be, an 8-catch-a-game type of person. That's what he got this. But it looks like he can continue this in the future. Maybe a wide receiver 2 flex. I'd spend $10 on Romeo Doubs. Next up, Zay Jones. Trevor Lawrence is on fire, and Zay Jones seems to be the number 2 in this offense. So if this offense is going to be this good, the number 2 wide receiver should be a number 2 wide receiver. Maybe top 30, in the top 30, top 24. So low end wide receiver 2 going forward. Zay Jones. He had 11 targets this last game, but that was even more than Christian Kirk, which probably isn't going to be the case most games. But $10 I'd spend on Zay Jones. And you could start him going forward. I mean, like I said, in the flex probably. Next up, Njoku. He was getting dropped everywhere after the first 2 games. And I'd spend $7 on him. Somewhere in between 5 and 10 because he's still probably going to have, terrible games. But now that you know what his ceiling is, you got to pay attention to that and pay for it. So his ceiling was what? A 9 for 89 and a touchdown on 10 targets. But if you watch that game, he dominated. So that's his ceiling. Next, Isaiah McKenzie. He was like the slot receiver, last year, filling in for Cole Beasley. And he did well for Buffalo Bills. And then he was competing with Jamison Crowder this year, but it looks like he won that job. And that's a valuable position to have, slot receiver for Josh Allen. Gabe Davis is running deep routes. Stephon Diggs is going to get his. But yeah, Isaiah McKenzie, 7 for 76, 1 touchdown on 9 targets. He might be a flex option moving forward. I spent $5 on Isaiah McKenzie. So now we're into the $1 kind of stuff. Osborn for the Vikings, right there. But he's way buffer than what my finger looks like. But yeah, dude, I watched that game. He looked good. This is just like somebody to pick up and watch if Justin Jefferson struggles still and Adam Thielen's not going off. Because Osborn's always been, you know, the next wide receiver up. They've been waiting. People have been waiting for his breakout. And if people are going to play Justin Jefferson, triple team him and stuff, Osborn might be a flex option in the near future. So, I mean, if you're desperate for wide receivers, I think that might be a good dart throw. And then next, dude, Austin Eckler owners know who I'm talking about. Sony Michel. So he went, you know, he had 5 carries for 22 yards. That sounds terrible, right? Well, Austin Eckler had 4 carries for 5 yards. So, yeah, he blew the doors off of Eckler on that one. And he also had 2 targets in the passing game. So, Sony Michel was getting all the reds. He came in off the streets pretty much and was getting the goal line target, short carriage stuff. Short carriage. I'm so tired, man. I'm going to go to sleep right after this. All the short line stuff, short yardage stuff. God, dude. And now he's getting more carries and passing game. Dude, like, Austin Eckler owners is going to get better than this. You have to believe that. But it is very scary. He might be more of a high-end RB2 than that high-end RB1 you drafted. So, but, hey, man, Sony Michel might be, if you're desperate for running back, he might be a flex option coming up. And who knows, if Eckler went down, man, he'd be maybe RB1 or 2. It'd be crazy. Because he played well for the Rams last year. I think I owned him. I can't remember. But anyways, I'm so tired. Thank you for watching this. I'm sorry it was so late. I was so busy today and yesterday and the day before. But I'm sure everybody is. So in my life, it was extra busy. If you like this, please like and subscribe. You can do that in real life and press the buttons down there. And if you don't like this, please let me know because that's all I want to hear right now. So anyways, thank you. Good luck with you getting the people that you want. I'll see you later.